Hello, my fellow humans, and welcome back to another pick a card reading with your girl coming at you with what is unexpectedly coming in November for you. This was a channeled message that I got from Source, so we're going to go ahead and do that today. First and foremost, if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for being here. I'm so honored to have you as a part of my channel, and I'm just excited to have you here. And if you are a new subscriber, welcome, and thank you for allowing me this time and energy with you. And reminder that this is a safe space for us to come as our highest authentic self, and that we are all here having this human experience together. So remembering that we can lean into our humanity and be kind and compassionate towards one another and loving towards one another. And that's what this journey is truly all about, is finding that acceptance of ourselves so that we can learn to accept others where they are on their journey. And for those of you that have been supporting my channel, thank you so much. Remember that if you are interested in supporting this channel further, you'll find all the links necessary below in the description box, where you can email me for a personal reading and I'll get you out further information. You can also follow me on over to my podcast at Scatter Love Radio, which is a fun, chill hangout session with yours truly. And I do hope to see you there. With that being said, today we are going to get into whatever it is that's unexpected that's coming in November. So it can be really, really positive. It can be negative. It can be neutral. Just keeping that in mind that these are general readings. So only take what resonates and leave what does not. Today I am going to be drawing from my Cosmic Soul cards. It's been a while since I brought these out, and I just felt like this would be the perfect reading to do this on, okay? So news coming up for November, we are going to start with memberships. I'm not exactly sure at the time of recording this exactly what I'm going to be offering with memberships. However, there is going to be content just for members, and I'm not sure if I'm going to have 1 or 2 tiers coming out first. Eventually I'm going to get up to 3 tiers, but right now, as we're first starting, I just want to offer it to you. So keep an eye out for that. That is going to be starting November, probably around the first week, no later than the second week. Okay. Awesome. Is that everything? Yeah. So we've got some Halloween decorations out. Happy Halloween. I'm recording this on the 28th, which is also the Taurus full moon eclipse. There's a lot of changes coming, and this is the end of Scorpio Taurus eclipse season. So this is the last event for the Taurus Scorpio eclipse season, which is kind of crazy. My South Node is in Scorpio, my North Node is in Taurus, so I'm excited to see how this is all going to play out. So for those of you hanging in there with me, cool, we're in this together. We're all experiencing it. So let's go ahead and get our prayer underway, and we'll get right into your reading. My beloved Source, this prayer is for any and all who come onto this video. I ask that you bless us with the knowledge that we too can see ourselves through eyes of love. This is something I ask for often, and it's because we often need to be reminded that we are worthy of what we're seeking. We struggle, we stumble, and we fall, and you're always there to pick us back up, and we can be there to pick ourselves back up as well, but we oftentimes are looking outside of ourselves to others to do so. So this time I ask that you open us up to the knowledge that we can be the strength in our lives if we need to, that we can lean fully on your love, that we can lean fully on your light. And all the while, we too can embody that within ourselves, that we need not have another person to validate us, to validate our existence. That when we validate and accept ourselves as we are in this moment, we become a force to be reckoned with. We become the strength that others choose to see as success. We become the strength that each of us can possess in any one given moment. But so few are willing to go that route. And so I ask that you bring this unto all who watch this video, that you give them the strength, you give them the knowledge, you give them the light and the power from within, that they too are strong, capable beings of pursuing whatever it is that they desire, that they need not be afraid, for they are truly protected, and that you are the light in their life, and that through you all things are possible. As these words are spoken unto this space and unto this reading, so shall they be. Amen. Aho, I say, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me go ahead and get this set up over here. All right. Put that in there. Maybe open a window so the doggies can breathe. Okay, there we go. Much better. Likes to float out the window. So, all right. Let's go ahead and pick out our cards. All right. Give them a good shuffle here, possibly. They want to shuffle. What is unexpectedly happening for my collective in November, Source? What is unexpectedly happening for my collective in November? All right. So, Source, for pile number 1, what is unexpectedly happening for pile number 1 in November? What oracle card will help us better understand this? What oracle card will help us better understand what is unexpectedly happening for pile number 1 in November? One card. That was the one. Thank you, Source. And for pile number 2, what oracle card will help us better understand what is unexpectedly happening for pile number 2 in November? Okay, thank you, Source. And for pile number 3, what oracle card will help us better understand what is unexpectedly happening for pile number 3 in November, Source? Okay, they want that one. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. So gratitude's on the bottom of the deck. Just reminding yourself always to stay in a place of gratitude for where you're at. Not asking for things you don't have, but for reminding yourself that you have tons of blessings in this here, now, here moment. Which we do. Even if we can't see them or if we don't recognize them, that doesn't mean that we don't have them, right? Sometimes that's an odd way to look at it, but it is the truth. All right, make sure we're good in frame here. For pile number 1, we do have this beautiful piece of red jasper to choose from. For pile number 2, we do have this topaz for you to choose from. And for pile number 3, we have this beautiful piece of turquoise to choose from. So pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. And whichever one you are drawn to, that should be the pile for you. And I will see you over on your perspective reading. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this beautiful red jasper, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, this is going to be a reading on what is unexpectedly coming for you in November. First and foremost, keep in mind that these are general readings, so please take what resonates, leave what does not, knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing, it does allow me an opportunity to directly connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. And if you are interested in supporting the channel further, check out the description box below where you will find all the links necessary to do so. You can email me for a personal reading where I will get you out further information. You can also follow me on over to my podcast at Scatter Love Radio, which is a fun, chill hangout session with yours truly. And I do truly hope to see you there. We've got a lot of response on the podcast here recently, and if you're one that's supporting me over there, thank you so very much. I truly appreciate you. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. Thank you so much for being a part of this amazing, incredible tribe. And if you're brand new, welcome. This is a reminder we're here having this human experience to come as you are in this here, now, here moment as your highest vibrational self, right? Your most authentic self. So let's get some cleansing on this reading. I have no idea why I want to do this right now, but I was just drawn to it. So let me go ahead and cleanse everything out here. Chase away any residual energies. Chase away any negativity here. I'm cleansing you too. Smell my smoke, smell my smoke. Well, yeah, let's get this going. I did do this before I started the reading, but I feel like I need to do it again. So it does feel like maybe you're cleansing your energy. There's something you're releasing, or something you've been trying to release, and so it just needs a little bit more focus and time and energy on it. But let's see what comes through here. So Source, what is unexpectedly coming for pile number 1 in November? What is unexpectedly coming for pile number 1 in November? What can you tell us, Source? It's unexpectedly coming for pile number 1 in November. Okay, so we have 9th house, we have Pisces energy, and we have Jupiter. And it's interesting because Jupiter used to rule both Sagittarius and Pisces. And we have Sagittarius, and Pisces energy out. So, luck. A lot of luck. There's a lot of change that's happening. And it's interesting that I was saying I needed to cleanse the energy. And we've got 9th house here, which is all about spirituality, religion, deeper understanding, philosophical energy, like being able to really get down and be a seeker. Oh, my bad. Didn't realize I was putting it so far out of frame. All right, so there's this energy right now. So it does feel like maybe you were dealing with some really dark energy or some guilt, or this could have even been letting go of addictions. And, you know, addictions can be anything. It can be being treated a certain way. It can be sex. It can be drugs. It can be alcohol. It can be food. It could be sugar. It could be anything. But it does feel like you've been faced with this choice of, do I let this go? This could be a family curse. This could be a personal curse that someone put on you. This could be anything, really, that's coming through that you're letting go of, that is in the spiritual realm, the unseen, the subconscious, right? Dealing with it on a subconscious level, and kind of at one point being guided by this and not realizing how much it was affecting your life. So what is unexpectedly coming for you in November, we do see here, is that you're actually getting spiritual help with this, right? With the 9th house and Piscean energy, this is like help from above. It's basically like Source bringing its hand down and saying, let's clean that out of your energy. Let's get that gone for good. And I am getting this message of you, reminding you to ask them for help always. You know, it is okay to ask for their assistance. They're not too busy to help you. Sometimes we get so caught up in our own journey that we forget that we can ask for help. And so one of the messages that I always say is like, my angels of highest light and love, I ask for you to interfere in my life any way that you see fit to redirect me back towards my path of purpose. It's just a really quick prayer that you can say and remind your angels that, yes, indeed, I do give you permission to help me in my life, because they'll never just interfere in your life. They will send you messages and synchronicities and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, they're not going to come in and do anything in your life or even help you in your life by like getting rid of things unless you ask them, because it's all free will. They want you to make a choice here. And it does feel like you're about ready to be faced with this choice. Am I ready to let it go for good? Or is this something that I want to stick around a lot more? This could have been something that happened through travel. This could have been something that's been going on in your dreams. This could be also, I'm hearing astral projection. Okay, that is something that's coming through here. This could have been something that was brought on to you from an early time. Maybe you were super religious growing up, or maybe your parents were super religious, or you had family members who were. And you have been trying to get out of that and really come up into this place of being more well-rounded as an individual and more well-rounded on your spiritual journey. You're about to be given a huge download that's very wise, though, that's going to help you on your travels and your journey moving forward, okay? This is like, basically, you've been struggling somewhere in some purpose in life, okay? In some place in life, excuse me. But you've been struggling in some place in life, and it's been really difficult for you to get beyond this. Whether that's connecting with people when you go other places, or whether that's just being able to see yourself fully whatever it is, it could be anything really. And it's like sources saying, no more, we're going to be fighting with this. They are saying to really pay attention to your dreams. Over the next month, it would be really wise for you to write down your dreams as best as you can, as much as you remember. Okay, because I know I have a dream journal that sits right next to my bed. I've had a dream journal for the last 5 years. And sometimes, even though the dream feels like it was something you should remember, sometimes you wake up and it feels like a string that's slipping through your fingers. And it's like, no matter how fast you grab your journal and the pen, sometimes you just can't remember it. But they're saying whatever you remember, like, write it down. Even if it's like, feels like it was stupid or it doesn't make any sense, like, still write it down, because it's going to mean something as you go along in the month of November. Okay? They're also showing here that you are about to get a download that's going to reconnect you with some gifts that maybe you didn't know about, right? You've gone a long time helping others. You've gone a long time being there for others, and maybe it's put a stunt on your growth for yourself here. And so there's some sort of abundance that's coming to you through your gifts, and that's going to be given to you in November. Now, we'll get some more with the tarot and see if that's monetary gain or if that's more in the spiritual realm. But also remember, pile one, if it is more spiritual rather than monetary, don't be upset about that, even though I know it tends to be frustrating, especially when you're looking for money gains. That spiritual gains help us come into a place of being able to receive our monetary gains on down the line. Okay, so remembering that we're opening ourselves up to being ready to receiving the abundance that we're asking for. And so that's something that we always want to be willing to say thank you for, because it is still a blessing, right? Being able to see the world from a different place and a different point of view than you once did, that's huge, because where you're at right now is some place that you once prayed to be at. Okay, but we do see abundance, we see growth, we see expansion here, understanding and learning, wisdom. So it does feel like you're about to gain access to a hidden piece of wisdom that's been kind of like, what is it, kind of eluding you. And some of you could be traveling. This could be a surprise journey that you're going on. This could be something that's just out of the blue. Hey, I need you to go here. I need this to be done. And you're going to be like, yeah, all right, cool. Let's get with it. And it's going to be a lot of fun for you. So source, what is unexpectedly coming to pile one's life in November? What is unexpectedly coming to pile one in November? Thank you. Some kind of commitment is changing. What is unexpectedly coming to pile number one in November, source? Thank you. What is unexpectedly coming to pile number one in November? Yeah. Yeah, and again, this idea that, like, this is something that's been holding you back. You're letting it go. What is unexpectedly coming to pile number one in November? Thank you. What is unexpectedly coming to pile number one in November, source? Okay, thank you. A choice. A choice. You can choose to stay or you can choose to go. And didn't I just say that, like, before we even got, you can choose to let it go or you can choose to keep going on with it. It's something that's been really difficult for you to change, to heal, to let go of. This is something that's been really, really keeping you stuck. Like, it's something that's been yeah, it's like all these energies that I'm feeling, and here we have the cards showing us. This is something that's kept you stuck. Like, we have 4 cards. You have 3 of the mystery cards out. It's pretty intense, right? Like, you're dealing with energies that have left you feeling unbalanced, regretful, stuck, uninspired, unmotivated. Maybe dealing with nefarious people. People are tricksters. People are manipulative. But we do have this idea, it's something that's come from the past, right? With both the Fool and the Nameless card here showing that it's from the past. This is something that has come up and that your guides have been trying to get you to come away from. But it's been hard for you. It's like you have a choice to stay unhealed or you have a choice to heal. But dealing with this, like you're going to receive justice. You're going to get freedom if you deal with this. This could be a person who's completely unemotionally available. Yeah, look, the light just went out. I'll relight that in just a second. I have another candle waiting. But this could be someone that is just not willing to see you, not willing to help you, not willing to support you. But for you, pile one, this is a situation that has been really, really difficult for you to open up to. To open up to saying that, like, I don't need this in my life. That's sometimes so scary. Like, letting go of people is oftentimes the scariest thing that we have to go through. Right? Because it's saying, like, I love you, but I'm sorry, I gotta go. Like, a bandwagon is leaving and I'm jumping on it because I can't be in this energy with you anymore. I can't be here anymore. I can't do what it is that you want me to do anymore because we're just not on that same vibrational level any longer. And so this feels very frightening. And like we have Sagittarius energy. So you could have Sagittarius energy very prevalent in your chart, or this person that you're dealing with could be a Sagittarius. Really? You're not going to light? Did you see the flame go out? It was lit and then it's like, nope, sorry. Come on, homie, burn. Burn for me, please. Alright, I guess I'll have to get another candle. Look, it's like the flame is, it's like so synchronistic here too, because it's like the flame is just dying, it's just burnt out. It's like, I feel like you're the only reason that it's burning. You're the only reason that it's going. Like, if you just stopped putting in the effort, what would happen? Ooh, I felt that in my heart. Like, I felt it, like, oh my gosh, like, because it's almost like this fear of saying, like, well, if I do stop putting in the effort, are they ever going to come back? Are they ever going to come back to me? Like, I love them so much, or I put in so much effort, or I was there for them all the time. But do you see this flame? It is burning, but it's barely there. It's barely there. And that candle's like half, it still has half left to burn. That is so crazy. Like, it's like, I can't do this. I can't face this. Maybe it's because you really put in the effort, but it could be that you really, really deeply care about this or this situation. And it feels like what's coming in November is that you're going to realize that I put in all this effort for no reason, or I'm putting in effort and it's not amounting to anything because this is just not for me on this journey. But it's reminiscent of the past, and it's reminiscent of something that has made you feel very, very yucky. Well, look at these figures. It's almost like the skeleton, it's like it's walked right out of the Fool. Right? This is like skeletons in the closet. That's what it feels like. But they're like in the same position. They're holding their stick. One is a scythe. One is a walking stick. She's like, here's the skeleton dropping the material things because now the only thing he needs to yield in death, right, in the transformation is the scythe. That's it. The candle went out. For sure it went out. I got another one. Never fear. We have a flame here. But isn't it odd, like, how synchronistic these two characters are together? And it's something that's kept you there. It's almost like the hope that this person would be different than everyone else that you've met. So maybe this is a recent friendship or a recent connection. And there's like this hope that maybe they would be different from everyone else that you've connected with, but they're turning out to be exactly the same, and that's disheartening. And with this Two of Wands here, you have this idea of being able to choose. Do you choose to stay in the past with this upsetting energy, or do you choose to just let it go? You know, there's that saying to let go and let God. You know, it's surrendering to what will happen. If you stop putting in the effort, will somebody put in the effort for you because they care about you? And maybe that's what's frightening too. It's like, does that mean that I'm not worthy of the connections that I desire? And that's not what Source is trying to put you through at all. It's just like Source is trying to help you see that sometimes there are people who just won't put in the effort for you, and that's on them. But you don't need to continue to extend your energy for situations that aren't going to be putting back into you. There's equal give and take here. And that plays a vital part in it. And I feel like you've been through this time and time again, Pile 1. I feel like this is something you've experienced many, many times. So it does feel like an ending here. But isn't it interesting, because in this ending, you're actually gaining a ton of abundance here. Like, you're gaining a ton of insight. You're gaining a ton of wisdom. You could be untapping like hidden gifts, things that you were not able to open up to before because of doubt, self-doubt. And it's almost like you're gaining a new insight and perspective at the fact that, like, I get to choose how I believe, and I get to choose to stay in the ones that serve me the most. You know, like, I am worthy and deserving of what I desire. I am worthy and deserving of having a connection in my life that cares about me. I am worthy and deserving of seeing myself through eyes of love. You know, and that's something that's been difficult. This is a huge change for you. It's interesting. We have 13 and we have 14 coming out together. So, and here in the line of succession, it is in progress form, and in ascending, right? You're ascending. Even though they're in reverse, they're still ascending here. So you've made choices that have helped you relieve this, but it's almost like this is like the final choice. It's the final countdown. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, so it's like, you know, you're coming into the end of this year, right? We only have a few months left in this year, and it's like, this is like asking you to let go of something that you don't want to take into the new year with you. So this is what's unexpected for you. It feels like there's going to be a choice, like something is going to be revealed here. And you're going to be like, oh, okay. And through that, you're going to have a huge spiritual ascension through it, right? Like, that's what's coming. And and I can hear some of you pile one, like, I'm tired of spiritually growing. Like, when are things finally going to work for me? And it's like, Source is just telling you to have patience right now in the process, because through the process, you're gaining wisdom and insight and understanding of who you are and what you don't want. And that's far more important than Source just handing over what you're asking for when you might not be ready for it, even though you think you are, right? Yeah, this has to do with your authenticity, knowing that it's okay for you to shine as you are. Right? Like, you've struggled a lot. There's no sense in continuing to struggle with people who aren't there for you. Yeah, boom. We have this purification coming through here with rain. Your soul is being purified. Your karmic cycles are being purified, being cleansed from your energy. Like, you're no longer holding this in your energy. This could have to do with love. It does feel like a person. Okay, so for some of you, this may be a situation, this may be a house, this may be a job, it may be even a car, it may be something like that. But for many of you, this is a connection. This is something that you care about, someone that you deeply care about, that you love. And it's coming to an end. Like, you're going to recognize that this person has had nothing to give to you. And it's like, maybe you thought they did. Maybe you thought they were going to be there for you. But it's like, in the end, you're recognizing that they're just not showing up, or they're just not putting in any effort. And what's better? Is it better to have someone that's putting effort in you, or is it better to have to be, you know, to be in a situation where you're the one that's holding the everything? Like, isn't this interesting with this? We have the candles up here on fire. It's like, you deserve to be someone putting fire back into your flame. It's not just a spark barely holding on. We have slow down, pause, and allow things to unfold. Exactly. This is what's going to be shown to you. It's like you pulling back. And again, this idea, it does have something to do with maybe a love interest, a friendship. It's some sort of connection that I feel like here. Some sort of connection that maybe you thought there was something that was going to come from it. But it's just not coming out of that. Like, it's just not working out. Like, it's like, just let things happen, you know, let things happen and see what comes to fruition. Sometimes that's just easier to do that. We get so impatient. We are impatient as humans. We're like, I want to know now. Look, I cannot make this stuff up. We have house 7 on the bottom with profound relationships, intimacy, and romantic partnerships. Sources coming in like saying, yep, you know exactly what's coming through. It's this feeling of it being a relationship. So I can't make this up. The incense. Okay, I'm going to try and show you the incense, okay? Because my burner is an upside down burner. And let me see if I can pick this up without it. I have other incense in there, yes. But look at this incense. It burned in a whole piece. Can you see it? It literally dropped off. That's all burnt. Like if I touch it, it's going to disintegrate. It literally burned in one whole piece. So that's also significant. I've never had that happen with incense before. And it's significant because, look here, let me grab, if you don't believe me, just in case, because I know there's always skeptics. Just in case, let me grab the end here, because it's all burnt. This was the incense that I did. See? Do you see how it broke? See how it broke? It broke down. So the thing is that, yeah, this is like a curse too. That's interesting that would come through. This is like a curse that's been on you. Someone maybe put a curse on you in a past lifetime or before you were born or something like that so that you would have failed relationships. And never take that too seriously. I mean, it is serious. You definitely want to face that. But part of that comes with as you heal, like there's no need to be afraid of curses because as you heal, you're actually healing parts of you that were able to absorb that energy or that negativity. And so once you heal that, you're going to be letting it go as well. So, and it's like a focus on your career is what's really important here, not focusing on these relationships. It's an interesting energy here. Pile 1, and it's like actually really good. Whoa, someone does not want me to tell you. Oh my gosh. But I do feel like you've been holding on to someone or something for a long time, hoping that they'd come around, hoping that they'd see the truth, hoping that they'd see how much you love them. And whoever this is, this person is just not capable of it. Yeah, and Source is saying, see the bigger picture here. There's so much more out there for you to experience. 1111 is a very powerful number for you. And it's interesting because you have 5 here in numerology. You have 5 here with Temperance. You have 4 here with the Nameless card. Okay, so this is 9 together in numerology. And then you have 2 here with the 2 of Wands. So 2929 is also very significant. These are things that they're showing me right now, like just highlighting that's coming through. And sometimes life stings. Yeah, sometimes it's difficult to go through these things. Like, it's hard. It's hard because it's like, what's wrong with me? But they're saying nothing is wrong with you. That's not what's happening here. It's like you're letting go of old energy. We have Rosetta here. You have a gift for working with young people, and your divine purpose involves helping, teaching, or parenting children. And this is telling me, too, that you're reconnecting with your inner child. And that's something that's going to help you out with your abundant energy here. It's like reconnecting with that part of you that likes to play, to have fun. We have Xana on the bottom. You are protected from all types of harm. The worst is now behind you. I ask you to relax and feel safe. So exactly, like Source confirming there's no reason to be afraid if there's a potential curse that's been placed on you. And the only reason I say it like that is because the truth is that Source is far stronger than any words that have been spoken on us. So the more we connect with Source and the closer we come to our soul and ourselves, the more protected that we become, and we understand there's no reason to fear. Yes, there are things that we might not understand, but remembering that the power that Source brings is much greater than anything that is, because Source created everything. The good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, like everything is created by Source. Some of it flourishes because of humanity and men and evil and ugly, right? Some of it and other things flourish because of love and prosperity and beauty and abundance. Like it's the duality that we live in. But remembering that Source created all. So therefore Source holds precedence over all. And there's no need to be afraid of it. So we do have distance, so far away physically and emotionally. See if you can rekindle the passion again, which is also pointing towards that this is something that's a love relationship or a connection that's coming through that's it feels like it is going to end abruptly. That's what it does feel like. That's what's unexpected for you in November. This is something that's going to end just kind of like, boom, it's going to be over with. Like you're going to choose to focus on yourself and you're going to, I feel like with this, you're going to feel a lot better about yourself. Yeah, there's secrets that are being kept from you right now. 222 is another powerful number for you. But it's like there's something that you're not yet seeing, and it's going to be revealed to you in November. It's like you're going to understand like, oh, okay, like I see this now. I get what was going on here. I understand why I can't be a part of this person's life, why they can't be a part of mine. I love this. Look, 29 again. 29 is such a powerful number for you here. I would suggest that you look up what 2929 means in numerology and find out, find one that resonates with you and read that for a deeper meaning of this reading. We have forgiveness. Nothing is gained by holding on to past disappointments. So again, this idea that this is from the past and this is something that has dampened your flame. We're trying to rekindle your light is what Source is saying here. And so remembering that regardless of how things play out with this situation, to remember to forgive with a loving heart, because there's no sense in holding on to it. The past is what you were already holding on to, which has created this connection between you and this person or this situation or circumstance. And we're trying to let that go. So we don't want to continue to hold on to it, right? That's what Source is saying with the Two of Wands. You have the decision to make here. Am I going to keep holding on to this and trying to figure out how I can control it, or am I going to let it go and let it be as it is? Focus on love. Look for the good in everyone with number 24, which is 6 in numerology, and that's balance. Seeing yourself through balance. It's also the number of solutions and answers coming your way. Fire, confidence, optimism, passion, and bravery with Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy once again. So Sagittarius energy is coming through like a beast. So you could be Sagittarius or have a Sagittarian 9th house, Jupiter. You could have Sagittarius moon, rising, sun, or Venus. And, it's, again, it feels very specific, but just remembering that Sagittarius could be very highly aspect in your chart, or this could be a Sagittarius that you're dealing with that's you gotta say bye-bye to. Okay, look, we have number 53, Seahorse Spirit, watch and wait. There's nothing you need do. Okay, this is a karmic cycle that's going to clear itself out because of how much you've healed. All right, let's take a look at the Lover's Tarot and find out what the shadow side of this is. Burned. I'm done. What is it with the candles? What is it with the candles, pile one? Whoa, that is impressive. Thank you so much, Source. I need just a second here. That was like a big old whoosh from my crown chakra to my root right now. Give me just a second. Oh my gosh, okay. Woo! Woo, Source. Okay, you've been hurt before, so it's hard for you to trust. Let someone in and love again. So Source is asking you right now, look, and I didn't even mention the fire on this card. Look, the candle, there's something about your light, right? Your light, and this is not a good energy to have, but I feel like you're going to let it go, and there's going to be someone that comes in for you to embrace in your life on this journey right now. Okay, so there's definitely something about relighting your spark, like relighting your candle, your light. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. So also the message I was getting while I was singing that, because they were just downloading. It's coming in. So it feels like you're going to get a ton of downloads. But also, this is someone who you feel like you cannot be your truest self with. So like if you were to open up and be who you are with this person, do you feel a sense of judgment with this person? Source does not want you to be around people who you feel like you need to dampen your light with in order to be comfortable or to make them comfortable in your presence. Like if you make them uncomfortable, that is a telltale sign that they're not meant to be with you on the journey. Let's take a look at your card here. I'm going to read this from the book. Let's find out what's coming in. So we have number 5 here with Be Still. And if you've been with my channel any amount of time, you know when I talk about number 5, it is truly a very uncomfortable place to be in, right? It means change, but it's like change that is not like it's uncomfortable change. It's different. We're experiencing something that we've not experienced before. So with Be Still, again, watch and wait. This is not anything that you have to instigate. This is going to happen all by itself. It says, to the mind that is still, the whole universe surrenders. Lao Tzu. Be still, breathe. Find that well of tranquility and serenity within you. There are times when life feels chaotic. Circumstances and relationships test and challenge you with conflicting emotions and inner storms. Again, this idea that this is a relationship. Sometimes your emotions are felt deeply, and you may have moments of outbursts that express pain and inner rage. Feel the emotions and try to understand what has come forth from you. See the origins from which this reaction was born. There will always be triggers, dear one, and storms will pass. But how you react makes all the difference to the severity and longevity of the storm. Who you are is best seen when you are challenged, pressured, and put to the test. Will you react with rage, spite, and bitterness, or with peace, love, and compassion? If you react with anger and spite, do not be disheartened. Simply see this as where you are at this time. Be gentle with yourself and go within to explore the deepest recess of your hidden self. Find the root of why your reactions are so. Send this part of you love and compassion and feel the healing of light and love spread through your entire being, dear one. You are the love, peace, tranquility, and serenity that you seek. It is you. Know it, feel it, and be it. Be the peace that others seek. Be the stillness that others crave. Be the compassion that others need. In this stillness there is clarity and peace. Go forth, dear one, and be that gentle voice that calms the storm. This is connected with your sacral and your solar plexus, and it's interesting because you got the root chakra stone. So you have the root, the sacral, and the solar plexus, which are the three physical realm chakras that we deal with, right? They're very physical, we can feel, touch, taste, and hear those. And your prayer is, Great Spirit, lead me to still waters within myself so that I may find peace. Yeah, it's like, I keep hearing the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity. So that may mean something to you as well, but it does feel like right now it's just all about letting Source take care of this and showing it to you, because there's stuff that's going on right now that you're just not privy to, okay? And that you're not meant to be privy to. Like, this is stuff that Source sees and Source is going to eradicate from your life. And so it does feel like the change that's coming, or the unexpected event that's happening to you in November, is that you're going to be letting go of someone you thought might have been there for a while, but you're going to realize their true colors and how it is that they truly see you, and it's not actually in alignment with where you're going. Okay? So if this is your reading and you feel like this resonates with you, leave a little flame down below. If there's a candle emoji, put a candle down below and say, I'll let my light burn for forever, to let Source know that you're willing to shine yourself out into the world and bring in this higher vibrational energy. Leave me a thumbs up. I am going to go ahead and leave it there, pile one, and get on out of here. I do want to take a quick second, though, to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel Source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this message. And until next time, stay human, pile one. Bye. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this beautiful piece of topaz, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, this is going to be a reading on what is unexpectedly happening for you in November. Keep an open mind. We're not sure what it is. It could be money, monetary, letting go. It could be anything, really. So just keep an open mind and keep remembering that these are general readings. So please take what resonates and leave what does not, knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing, it does allow me an opportunity to directly connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. If you are interested in supporting the channel further, check out the description box below, where you will find all the links necessary. You can connect with me via email to get a personal reading, and I will get you out further information. You can also follow me on over to my podcast at Scatter Love Radio, where it's just a fun, chill hangout session with yours truly, and I do hope to see you there. For those of you returning, thank you so much for being here. I'm truly honored to have you all as a part of this wondrous journey. And for those of you that are brand new, this is a reminder that we're all here having this human experience to come as you are, as your most highest, loving, authentic self. Okay? So let us go ahead and get into your reading and find out, Source, what is unexpectedly happening for pile number 2 in November? What is unexpectedly happening for pile number 2 in November? Source, what can you tell us? What is unexpectedly happening for pile number 2 in November? Okay, so we've got the Sun, Scorpio, and the 5th house. Let me grab my block. Okay. So, make sure this is in frame here. What is unexpectedly happening for you in November? It looks like you have a secret admirer, pile 2. Okay, if you're not looking for love, this may not be the pile for you, but it could also shed some light. But honestly, this feels like somebody is coming in regards to love, or they just want to have fun and they want to date you and they want to see you, and yeah. Like they want to have your back, right? I want to have your back, pile 2. Yeah, it feels like things are working out for you overall. Like, it does feel like you're a leader in your life, like a leader in your career, leader just in general, and people respect you and admire you and are inspired by you, including this person. This could be a Leo, a Scorpio energy as well, or they could have Leo or Scorpio highly aspect in their chart. But it does feel like they've been keeping this under wraps. Okay, so what unexpected event is coming for you November? What is unexpectedly coming for you November? Someone may ask you out that you had no idea liked you, or that maybe you'd given up on, right? Maybe you wanted to go out with this person at one point in time, but you'd given up on them. You're like, like whatever. That's cool, right? But with the 5th house here, this is the house of dating and romance. And that's what I keep getting drawn to, is a dating and romance energy. It's like, oh my gosh, like I want to go out with pile 2. We'll find out some more as we get into tarot, but let's see what else is coming out here for you. Right, this is someone who is they're very secretive like this, then they're very determined. They're not going to care if you have other suitors. Like they're willing to play the competition. Like they're willing to get into it. This is someone who's very sexually connected to you as well. So maybe you've had sex with this person, or maybe this person just fantasizes about you, right? It's kind of like you're like, oh, a deep, dark secret for them. And they're kind of excited to come forward and share that with you. It's something they've been keeping secret for a long time. They're very passionate about you. They're very, very, very powerful person. This could be someone who has a lot of money. This could be someone who has a huge position in life. They're actually intimidating in their lives, but they're intimidated by you. This does feel like separation, though. It's something that's been in separation for a while, and now it's coming back to a union here. There's some sort of restructuring or truthful energy that's coming through, being made aware to this person. And it has to do with the fact that you have become so reliant on yourself. Like you're very reliant for your personal life, your work life. You have a good work-life balance. You are celebrated. And it's not because they're coming in because you're successful now. It's because you're truly focused on being yourself in the situation. Like you are very much paying attention to yourself. You're conscious of yourself. You're aware of who you are, and you share that out in every aspect of life, and that's what this person is attracted to. And it's like you become a magnet for them. Like before they were like always attracted to you, but now it's like they just can't help themselves. Like they have to say something. It does feel like this person is going to come and give you a gift, though. That's really what it feels like. It's like this person just can't get enough of you, and so it's like they really want to come forward with an offer, and I feel like part of that offer is them giving you a gift. Like I'm not talking about a ring or anything like that. I mean, maybe you're going to get married, so maybe you're with somebody already, and maybe there's a ring in the future, but that's not what I'm feeling really for the majority of you. I do feel like this is for those of you that are single. Like you're going to get an offer from somebody, and they're going to bring a gift in with that offer. Like they've got something to give you, and they're like, hey, pile 2, what's up? This is someone who, yes, you can get down with and get dirty with, but this is also someone who I feel like is very deep and emotional in a good way. It's a very deep person. Let's get some tarot on it and find out what comes out. So source, what is unexpectedly coming for pile number 2 in November? What is unexpectedly coming for pile number 2 in November? Yeah, a lot of secrets. Could be a Leo or a Pisces. It's like somebody who's definitely held back on how they felt about you for a long time. And they're tired of dealing with people who don't understand where they're coming from, and they want to come towards you because they see you as a positive force in their life. Like even if you guys are still in contact with one another, like they just see you as a positive light and force in their life, and they want to have more of that. What is unexpectedly coming for pile number 3 in November? Yeah, the Ace of Swords making an appearance here. Okay. Yeah, the Ace of Swords definitely making an appearance here. Yeah, Scorpio energy could be coming in. Yeah, definitely someone who's like in this love energy. Like they definitely want to they want to ask you out. They want to give you something. They want to. I feel like it's somebody who wants to profess their love for you. Like, they're just like, hey, pile 2, did you know that I love you? And you're probably going to be like, yeah, I knew that a long time ago, but I never thought you were going to come forward with it. Okay, but let's see. What unexpectedly is coming for pile number 2 in November, source? All right, thank you. All right, what is unexpectedly coming for pile number 2 in November? What is unexpectedly coming for pile number 2 in November, source? Wow, thank you. Okay, you're getting 4 cards. Don't tell anybody. All right, let's see here. What do we got going on? What's on the bottom of the deck? Yeah. Scorpio energy again. Okay, so yeah, they want to build with you. We have the 6 of Wands underneath that in the upright. Okay, so this is somebody who sees you as just abundance and success and excitement, and that they can be an ally in your life. You can be an ally in their life, but that they can also love and cherish. And yeah, and a Leo energy too. So we've got Scorpio and Leo energy. Who knows? So it could be either or. But they're being clearly shown who you are. Like, you and them may have been in separation for a long time, but this is like somebody who's now tired of like wondering if these emotions are real. They're like, maybe they were afraid of rejection at one point, and November is Scorpio Sagittarius season, right? So it would not surprise me. And we're now today on the filming of this is the full moon in Taurus, the eclipse, right? And this is the last eclipse of Scorpio Taurus eclipse season, which has been going on for 2 years, I believe. And so this is the last moon of that and the last eclipse on top of it. So there's a lot of transformative energy here. So if this is a Scorpio coming in, or if you're a Scorpio, it would make sense. Or if you also have Taurus energy heavily aspect in your chart. But the thing is here is like, this person wants to make an offer because they see you as everything. Like, they see you as the light in their life, right? Like Pisces energy here. Yeah, they've had a change of heart. It feels like they really didn't think that they could come towards you for a long time. And something changed for them. It was like, I just feel like it's just like this surrender to the fact that they do care so deeply about you. Like, maybe they're trying to keep up appearances before. And never feel like, pile 2, never feel like you have to let someone come back into your life. Like, if you're like, no, I'm not down with it. I know who you're talking about. I don't want them. You know, never feel like you're obligated. Like, it's never an obligation to have somebody back in your life. There's always choice. You have free will. You can choose who's good for you and who's not. But I do feel like it is important to hear this person out. If they have something to say to you, like, they're kind of going to give you closure to the situation that has happened. Yeah, okay, so we have the World in reverse. Yeah, this is somebody who, oof. Okay. They're kind of showing me. Let me get them all out here before we really get into it. Yeah, you know what's up. You know what's up. You know who this is. And this person has tried to deny the fact that you're so in tune with the spirit realm. Like, they've tried to deny it. They've tried to convince themselves that they were seeing things. Especially, and I feel like this person is also very intuitive, but I do feel like they're more connected with the physical realm than they are the spiritual realm. But what is unexpected here is that you knew this person. You knew who they were in your life. You knew what they meant to you. But there was some aspect of grief-driven control here. And conceitedness coming through, like disconnection through being conceited. And you recognize that this person has manifested a lot of difficulties in their life. And they're now recognizing that as well. They're now coming into understanding of that. And I feel like there was definitely a cycle that ended between the two of you at one point. Like, I feel like you had to walk away. Or I feel like this person may have ghosted you and that was enough for you, even though maybe you were left wondering, like, why? Like, why did you do that? Why can't I have real closure here? And eventually you had to say, okay, this is my closure. Like, that's it. If you guys hear that noise, it's my dog chewing on one of her indestructible toys. So it's just really loud. It vibrates through the floor. I'm just letting you know. It's no big deal. She's just over there having a good time with it. But again, we have this idea of Scorpio and Leo, right? You have Scorpio and Leo here again. So there's something very significant about Scorpio and Leo energy. You could actually have two people who are coming towards you. It might be more than one person. You might have a King of Cups and a Knight of Cups coming towards you. Now, King of Cups, obviously we all want a King of Cups, because the King of Cups is very emotionally mature. He understands who he is inside and out. And you have the Knight of Cups, who isn't as mature as the King of Cups, but he's super romantic and lovey-dovey. And, you know, I always say be careful with the Knight of Cups, though, because his cup is the most shallow out of all the Cups cards. Like, even the pip cards, like, his is still the most shallow cup. And so that's always one thing to look out for. But I don't feel like this is insincere. Like, I actually feel like this offer is very, very, very sincere. And I feel like it's something that you've wanted to manifest for a long time. But there's, like, a point where you were just like, okay, I've been trying to manifest this for, you know, maybe 8 years. Maybe 3 to 8 years or somewhere along in there. And it was like, eventually you're just like, okay, I'm done. I can't do this. Also, the number 2112 could be very significant to you. That's intriguing. But it feels like when you let it go, that was when you suddenly became super magnetic to this person. And I know that's frustrating too. He's like, well, why didn't they care about me when I was trying to make a deal, make it work and do this stuff? And it's like, well, part of that is just our energy, right? Like, our energy is trying to be possessive without us realizing. And that's exactly what it feels like. So what's unexpected for you coming in November is someone is coming with an offer. This is something that you manifested. You manifested this for a long time. Finally, you let it go. I feel like you were just so wanting this person for so long, or wanting this to happen for so long, this situation to happen for so long. It's like, and then it was like you got so tired of waiting. And so you're like, fine, I'm just not going to wait anymore. I'm just not going to wait anymore. And it was like, when you did that, it was like, all right, Source is like, cool, they let go of the rubber band. Let's bounce it back. Right? And so that's the energy that's coming through here. It's like you were focused on them and they were focused on something else. They were focused on something that was more material, something that was more of the world than of the spiritual. But it had to take them coming to face that, okay, this could have been another relationship, this could have been a job, this could have been trying to gain money. It does feel like they were definitely very active towards physical satisfaction and material gain here. And once they came to face to face with the fact that that wasn't going to bring them happiness, now then their attention shifted, and now look, they're focused on you and you're not focused on them anymore. They're like, wait, hold on. But, you know, pile 2 is always focused on me, and why are they not focused on me anymore? And like, maybe they feel like maybe they let go of a really good thing, and they probably did. Like, you're the best of the best of the best, pile 2. They did let go of a good thing. Right? But they're also hoping and praying that maybe you'll understand where they're coming from, or if they can explain what it is that they've been through. They're hoping that you'll understand them and at least hear them out, so that they can at least give you closure, or that, you know, this can just part ways at this point, because it feels like they didn't give you closure, but in not giving you closure, they didn't realize that they were also going to not give themselves closure. And so now we have 15:15 on the clock. That's intriguing. So now it's like they want to be able to come in and let you both have the closure you both deserve with this. Like, they need to know, are you going to reject them or accept them? And equally so, they need to let you know why they couldn't pursue you when you were possibly pursuing them. It feels very like, it does feel very sincere though, and that's what's unexpectedly coming for you. Now, Source isn't really telling me what it is that they're going to say, and I feel like it's just because everybody's so different. But I do feel like they're going to explain that they had other things on their mind that were more important than love. And for you, it feels like love is one of the most important things. And it's like, maybe not necessarily romantic love, but this could even be friendship love, right? Like, this could just be like having somebody that's there. Like I was saying in the beginning, it feels like they want to have your back. Like, isn't it interesting? They're facing your back here. It's like, I want to have your back. And you're like, because I've always had your back. And it's like, you just felt like you deserved to be reciprocated the amount of effort you put into the relationship. And then when they ghosted you, or when they just bunked out, it was just kind of like, hello? When you're left at a drive-in and no one's answering you, but you know someone's in there, and you like wait and wait and wait, and no one comes over the speaker, and finally you're like, hello? And they might come or they might not come over the speaker, and you're like, okay, like that's the kind of energy it was. It's like, you know the bell rang, you know it dinged them, hey, I'm here. you know? And that's exactly what it is. Like, you know, they knew you were there, but they were so focused on something else. And it was like you finally had to become focused on yourself and your own journey. And that was a big fear for you, you know, with this 8 of Wands here in the reverse. Like, that was a huge fear, was to let go of this person. There's a deep connection here between the two of you, a very deep connection. And that was something you never wanted to give up on. It was like, if I love them, if I care about them, why should I give up on them? But it wasn't that you gave up on them as much as you surrendered to the fact that maybe they just won't be a part of your life. Like, I love them from afar. I wish them the best. Like, I want them to succeed. I want them to find happiness. But I can't just sit here and continue waiting and waiting and waiting and hoping that they're going to figure it out. And because you stopped waiting, that turned the energy around here. They're like, wait, hold on. Because they could feel you in the distance waiting for them. It was kind of like they had control over you. And that maybe made them feel in their emotional ego, you know, and we can never really blame someone for wanting to feel wanted, right? We all want to feel wanted. And so it's like feeling wanted made them feel good. But see, look, again, it's like you both were faced with your biggest fear. Their biggest fear was rejection of you, and you ended up rejecting them unknowingly by surrendering to this process. Like, it's like, okay, I'm done. I'm done, so that you could move into this prosperity energy. And now they realize that the only way that they can come into the light is by dealing with their biggest fear of rejection, right? You rejecting them face to face instead of rejecting them through silence. And that's the only way that they're ever going to come back into this place of prosperity. And it's scary. It's unnerving. It's like, how do I do that? I feel like this is going to be something that comes in, though, like when you least expect it. Okay, that's the one that wants to come out. I'm not surprised this came out on the bottom. Full moon and completion. This is full circle. It's come around full circle. And that's what Source is saying. Like, don't feel obligated to say yes or no to this person. Listen to what they have to say and make your decision based on that. You're a very intuitive person. You know what's going on. Listen to your intuition. Yeah, and they're saying choose love. We have 21 here. And the hiccups. I feel like they do daydream about having a family with you. Whoa. Having a family with you. Having a connection with you. Being able to do things with you. Being able to go places with you. You always have a choice. Make yours with love. That's what they're saying here. Don't hold on to resentment, hurt, and pain. Like, yes, they did hurt you. And maybe you hurt them too unknowingly. And maybe neither one of you knows that you hurt the other. And I can hear someone saying, well, they should have known that they hurt me. Sometimes, though, pile 2, sometimes people don't know that they hurt you until you say something. They just don't know. They're unaware, right? And while we might be aware of it, that doesn't mean that another person is going to be aware of it, because they've got their own things going on. Just like you've hurt people in the past without realizing it. And, you know, maybe it took you growing and healing for you to learn that maybe, yes, I've hurt people in the past. And through that, you're like, wow, I really wasn't trying to hurt so-and-so, but I did because this is how I showed up. Or, you know, I really wasn't trying to be that way, but I couldn't help myself because I was unhealed and I was doing the best I knew how with what I had. But when we're sitting in this energy of saying, well, they ought to know better, like, we're not giving them any leeway to be exactly as they are, and that's human. And we're also telling others that it's not fair for you to let me have leeway to be who I am as human, because we're all going to make mistakes. And that's what Source is just trying to point out here, is that, yes, this is going to be an unexpected thing that's coming to you, but you have a choice to be in a state of grudges and resentment, or you have a place to be in love. And choosing love will always help you heal and complete this cycle way faster. We're seeing here that it is indeed a karmic cycle between the two of you in both of your lives. Like, they're dealing with this in their own life. They've dealt with this before in their own life, and you've dealt with this before in your own life. And this is something that you have a choice to close out for good. But you're also kind of guarded here with the High Priestess or the Popess. You're very guarded. Like, we have think, learn, network, and communicate on the bottom with Mercury. So again, this is confirmation that there is communication coming. Mercury is the planet of communication. Like, you kind of can't get more clear than that. Source saying someone's going to send you a message. But also not holding on to it. Is this actually going to come through or not? It's not about that. It's just this is something that's unexpected that feels like it's coming in November for you. So we do have take time out, brown bear spirit with number 9. Yeah, this is matters of the heart. This is someone you definitely care about. They absolutely care about you too. But it's like not rushing into things either. Like not rushing to find, like embracing the in-between here with number 26, right? Like letting things unfold in the way that they're meant to. Like you've been looking for someone to invest in you. And it's because you've invested in so many people. Let this person invest in you. Not playing games, okay? We're not playing games here. That's not what this is. We're done playing games. We're way too old and exhausted and burnt out from playing games. That's not what this is. None of this like, oh, well, I'm not gonna reach out to them for 2 days or whatever. Just keep doing you, and you're gonna find that you're not gonna be looking at your phone every second of the day. Like it's like when it comes up, you're gonna, oh, okay, they texted me or they messaged me. Like, oh, okay, like let me message them back. Like, you know, don't play games with them. And if you need to take time to answer a question, then take that time. But being honest and real is so important here for you. We have Bridget on the bottom. Caution is warranted. Look deeper into the situation before proceeding further. Exactly. So it does feel like you are harboring some resentment here. It does feel like you are harboring some hurtful feelings here. And it's just to allow, like, look at this light from her heart chakra, right? It's like letting your heart lead you, but also not rushing into anything here is so important. It's exactly what I was saying here. It's like, it feels like Source says pause and let things unfold. Let things happen as they're meant to. You're going to see things coming to fruition. You're also going to be shown what is going on with this connection, whether it's something for you or it's something to be closed out for once and for all. News, yeah. Again, this idea of something is coming, a message is coming. You know, ravens are the messengers from the spiritual world to the physical realm. So this definitely feels like it's preordained by Source. This is something that Source is instigating here in your life. Okay? There is communication here. We're very clearly shown that this is something that's communication coming to you. Okay? Yeah, love, compassion. And this is a reminder to keep in this place of self-love. Okay? This card does not talk about relationships. This card really talks about being kind and compassionate to yourself. Allowing yourself to feel what you need to feel and not feeling like that's unwarranted for the situation. If you feel angry or upset, that's okay. If you feel like you're holding a grudge and resentment, that's okay. What's not okay is using that to lash out at another person because you expect them to know where you're at or you expect them to read your mind of how you're feeling. It's just reminding you to take a step back and come into this place of truly being okay with where you are, letting the emotions pass and letting your light shine again. Yeah. Oh, Source, thank you so much. We have the romance card. There's not very many like actual cards in here about being in a connection. There's probably about 5 cards in this whole deck. Okay, and I can't remember how many cards there are. There's like 45 cards or something like that. Maybe there's only 44. But anyways, we have number 25 here with romance. Lavish the one you love with personal attention and affection. Like, this is exactly what they're going to do. Like, they're going to show that they're committed. They're going to show that they want to be in your life. Like, that's the energy that's coming. This is unexpected for you. You don't expect this person to actually be this way. Like, in fact, I can already feel the eye roll from so many. Like, yeah, sure, that's what everybody says. That's what everybody says. And that's why it's like you've just basically kind of surrendered to the idea of this connection. You're like, you know what? If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm not going to get too attached to it. And that's exactly where Source wants you. Exactly. Don't be attached to it. So we have Aries, independent, bravery, and passion. Aries is the baby of the zodiac. They begin the zodiac wheel. It's all about new beginnings. Right? It's a spark. This is a spark that's never died between the two of you. This is something that stayed lit. Even after years of no communication or no contact or separation or whatever it is, this is a spark that stayed lit. Like, they're being clear about that. And y'all know I'm not big on love readings. I do them every once in a while, but y'all know I'm not humongous on them. And so for that to be what comes up here, you know it's got to mean something, right? Number 7, the bee spirit. Sweet results await. Yeah, Source is like, ooh, I got a surprise for you. Just you wait and see. Watch me work my magic. Do you believe in magic in a young girl's heart? Right? Like, yeah, that's it. It's something magical. This is something you've been waiting for and wanting. Like, you have 7 here, and 25 is 7 in numerology. Like, you changed who you were and how you were showing up in this connection, and now the luck can come to you. We have Grace and Antoinette. To help heal this situation, see the other person's point of view with compassion. Compassion is very important for you in this. To listen with a loving heart is the thing that's coming through here. Like, exactly what Source said. It is so easy to come from a place of resentment and hurt and pain and like, well, you hurt me, you should have known better. You know what? When we tell somebody that they should have known better, it's really unfair. Because if they had known better, they probably wouldn't have shown up the way that they did. But because we're always looking for people to blame, we want people to fit into this cookie cutter version of what life is supposed to be for everyone, not realizing that it's really different for everybody, right? And none of us fit into that, not even ourselves. And so if we hold unexpected, like if we hold expectations on another and even on ourselves that are unobtainable, we're setting ourselves up for disappointment. And so Source just wants you to open your heart to the possibility of this situation and what can come. So let's take a look at your oracle card. I'm going to read this from the book. Let me grab the book here and let's see what it is. Patience, 25. Like, we have 25 and 25 coming out. We had 12, 21, 15, 15. So you definitely see a lot of synchronicities throughout your life, throughout your day-to-day. And these are just additional synchronicities as reminders for you. But patience, again, allowing things to unfold, like not trying to rush this. It could be easy for you to rush it, especially you want to see where things are going. Or maybe this person's going to try and rush you. And they're saying that you're the one that sets the speed for this connection and what's going to happen next. So be willing to let it unfold at a slow pace. Slow and steady wins the race, right? It says patience is surrendering to the now and allowing destiny to unfold at its own pace. What do we have? Take time out. Slow down, right? Embrace the in-between. I feel like these want to be out too, so. All right. Let's try again. If this card has come to you, slow down and enjoy the presence of this moment. Although you may have the passion and drive to reach for the moon, we had the full moon on the bottom of the deck over here. You are being asked to take things slower and to feel the magic of each step. Each step holds lessons that bring you closer to the divine in you. By being too hasty with an attitude of needing your dreams and goals yesterday, you will miss vital life-changing moments that are meant to enhance, enrich, and transform your soul. When you overlook or dismiss the lesson of each step and race frantically towards your goal, the end result may not always be as you'd planned. You may get what you worked for only to lose it as a result of challenging, unforeseen obstacles. Now that you have attained what you desire, the next step involves striving to keep it. If the lesson in each step was overlooked, the emotional challenges of maintaining the desire can be draining and emotionally overwhelming. Each step brings you lessons such as strength, wisdom, compassion again, understanding, and patience, which allow your soul to grow. When these empowering life lessons are missed, you are not equipped to stand strong in the face of adversity. Slow down and let nature's cycles take their course. Trust in divine timing. Take each step one at a time and embrace the beautiful opportunities and gifts of understanding that come your way. This is connected with both the solar plexus and the heart chakra. The topaz is connected with your solar plexus chakra. And your affirmation is, I am patient and grateful for the wonderful opportunities that present themselves to me for the growth and enrichment of my soul. So this is just it. It's like they're saying to be slow, be patient, let things unfold. We talked about that with the bear spirit here. This is matters of the heart. We have the heart chakra with this card as well. They're saying to not be hasty. There's no need to be hasty. Like, it could very easily be where you want to rush in and let things happen really, really fast. This person could want to rush in and make things happen really, really fast. But for you both to take the time to really get to know one another and allow things to unfold will serve you in the long run so much better than if you rush in, which is easy to do, right? Which is easy to do. I do suggest that you do take a look at 2525 and find out what the numerology of that means to you. That will deepen the meaning of this reading for you as well. If you do feel like this resonated with you, leave 2525 down below in the comment sections and say, I let the sweetness of life enrich my journey. To let Source know that you're calling in this higher vibrational love energy, leave me a thumbs up. I am going to go ahead and leave it here for you, Pile 2, and get on out of here. I do want to take a quick second, though, to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my guides for all coming together to give us this incredible message. I'm excited for you for November. And with that being said, until next time, stay human, Pile 2. Bye. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this beautiful turquoise, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, then this is your reading on what is unexpectedly coming in November. Keep an open mind. These are general readings, so take what resonates and leave what does not, knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing, it does allow me an opportunity to directly connect with your energy to get you out more resonant readings. And if you are interested in supporting the channel further, check out the description box below where you will find the links necessary to do so. You can email me for a private reading and I'll get you out further information. And you can also follow me on over to my podcast, which is a fun, chill hangout session with yours truly. And I do really hope to see you there. And yeah, they've been all over the place today, so I'm excited to see what comes out for your reading. So let's go ahead and get into it and find out what is unexpectedly happening for pile number 3 in November, Source. What is unexpectedly happening for pile number 3 in November? What messages do you have for us? What is unexpectedly happening for pile number 3 in November? All right, we've got the 10th house, Aquarius energy, and Mercury. So there's going to be some sort of communication when it comes to your career. Looks like some recognition is coming forth as well. Maybe some long-awaited recognition. Been waiting to be seen for what it is that you're doing, and it feels like someone is going to come forward and tell you something that you've been wanting to hear. You've been working hard, building a foundation, building structure, right? You've really been mastering your skills necessary to perform your duties. So wherever it is that you work at or whatever it is that you do for work, it does feel like things are coming to a new level for you here. With the 10th house, we do have us working on our path of purpose. So even if it feels like maybe you should be doing other things, you are actually on your path of purpose. Sorry, I'm just killing a mosquito. So maybe you're a lawyer. I don't know why that made me think of lawyer, but it did. Yes, I did get it, by the way. I really don't like to kill bugs. I try to take them outside, but mosquitoes, I know. They serve a purpose, but mosquitoes. So maybe you've dealt with a lot of people who have been leeching off of you or not taking you seriously, which is why that mosquito was here. Whatever it is, though, you definitely are doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're about to get some long-term goals realized. You're about to see your public reputation go up. You're about to gain some sort of fortune, and feels like a following here right next to the Aquarius energy. It does feel like you're about to be seen. Like there's really no other way to put it. It's like you're about to be seen. You're about to be recognized for your gifts, your talents, your skills, your knowledge, your wisdom. Right? This is fame and expertise and fortune. So fame and fortune are on the way. It does look like this is you living in your masculine energy and a necessity of doing so because you're trying to really manifest something that's stable. There's a sudden progression here with this Aquarian energy. You've been very innovative, intelligent. You've been emotionally detached from the outcome so that it's like, yeah, you want it, but you know that the more you focus on it, the harder it is to manifest. You've really come across in this unorthodox lifestyle, like you're doing things differently than most people would, and you're okay with that. Like you're not trying to fit into the box because you know you offer something that's unique and worthy of being recognized for what it is. It does feel like there's something here that maybe you invented or having to do with technology, but it is definitely future oriented. It's like you're offering something that's going to stand the test of time for a long time. This is someone who's going to come in with communication. You're suddenly going to get a lot of communication, a lot of offers, a lot of clients, a lot of clientele. Whatever it is, our sales, it could be people wanting to reach out to you for your services. It does feel like you're going to get like a whole bunch of that coming in here. And it's because you learned what to do and what not to do. It does feel like there might be some stress coming with this as well. So it is important to stay grounded here, to not be always up in your mind and your head about it, worrying if you're doing the right thing or the wrong thing. People want you because you do what you do, not whether it's right or wrong. Just being yourself is the most important process here. Okay, it does feel like you're also going to have people come back from the past and actually recognize and appreciate you for the skills that you have. Maybe at one time they said, oh, that will never succeed, or that will never be good, or this, that, and the other. It's like you may have people who come back and they're like, oh, yeah, okay, you actually made that, you made it work. I hear that song, man, I keep my head so high, even though they try to bring me low. Love the same people calling my name. It's kind of funny how that shit goes. Man, I keep my head so high, even though they try to bring me low. Like, and he's talking about in that song, like, all those people that were hating and not appreciating you are now the first ones that come through, and they're like, oh, I'd known pile 3 since the beginning. And you're gonna be like, fool, you left. Right? And it's like, but you're not even going to have to say anything. You don't even have to mention them or anything like that. Like, let them keep talking, because at the end of the day, it's going to show, right? It's going to show you made success. They didn't. So, whatever. That's what it feels like. You're coming into a huge successful moment in your life. Long awaited. It's like, now it's your time. That's what it feels like. Source is saying now it's your time. So Source, what is unexpectedly happening for pile number 3 in November? What is unexpectedly happening for pile number 3 in November? Because like you were always grasping at straws and feeling like nothing was taking, and then finally something started to grow and you're like, okay, am I actually doing it? Or is this just another thing that's going to fizzle out in the end? And it's like Source is saying, no, this is something that's going to be very, very successful. But I just feel like there's some fear that's tied with it still. Like you're still kind of stuck in your head about it. Because people have said a lot of things about what it is that you do. Whatever it is. Like it's not a real job. You can't make money at it. There's no way that you'll be successful. Oh, it's successful for some people, but not for you. Like, and it's like Source is like, let me show you. Let me show you, because you kept showing up. And I feel like this is kind of like continuation of one of the daily dices from last week. What is unexpectedly happening to pile 3 in November, Source? What is unexpectedly happening to pile number 3 in November? Thank you. Yeah. Before you just weren't aware of the things that weren't working. Like you just kept doing it, like being stubborn, right? It feels like before you were being really stubborn, and now you're like, okay, I'm not going to be stubborn anymore. Like, yeah, sure, I'm going to add and I'm going to offer what I want to offer. I'm going to do what I want to do, but I'm also not going to mess with what works. Boom, we have the Ace of Coins on the bottom. Woo, child, this is coming through. Yeah, you've been in it. You've been in it. You've gone through heartbreak. You've dealt with the greed gene. Like, you went through it all. You had multiple heartbreaks, multiple downfalls, multiple situations where maybe you were only in it for the money. Maybe you thought, oh, it's a quick coin, I can get that. And now it's like, finally, you let it go. You let it go. This is something you had to heal. Being focused only on the money with the Page of Coins here. Being focused only on what didn't matter. Now, whether or not this was something that was fulfilling you, you had to let that go. It was like in letting that go, Source is like, I got you. You finally focused on what mattered, and that's feeling good. That was the only thing that Source wanted you to do, was to feel good and for you to feel worthy of what you were asking for. But I feel like a lot of people made you feel like you weren't worthy of having this, and it's like you believed them, that illusion, right? And it's hard not to, like when you keep hearing it. Yeah, the 8 of Wands here. Yeah, on the 9 of Coins. This is so interesting. We have 8, 9, 9, right? So you could see that number a lot. You could see 999 a lot as well. But it's like, here you have this idea. You were feeling very lost and tried to control a lot of situations here to gain a lot of coins. Okay, and it's like, oh, if I do this, then I'll get this. And it's almost like trying to play out the situation without having all your ducks in a row. And you weren't seeing where you were bringing in a lot of red flags to the situation, where you were actually bringing in a lot of old energy that wasn't going to serve this journey. Okay? And so it's like time after time after time you had to start again, or time after time you had to try it a different way. And that's what people really believed. They thought, oh, well, other people have made it successful, but how can you pile through when you've had all these quote unquote failures, which is really just experience. It's really just experience that you've gone through, right? And now you're actually seeing the illusion. And I feel like what you're realizing here is that a lot of the reason that you weren't actually able to be successful is because you really believed the things that people were telling you. Whether you wanted to or not, it was just old beliefs were like being re-cemented in your belief system because, oh, so-and-so said this, or oh, so-and-so said that. And that's something I secretly believe, but I don't want to tell myself I believe that. And so you had to focus on that side of yourself. It's like, what do I believe about money? What do I believe about success? Why is it hard for me to find success? Why is it hard for me to find something I feel valuable at? Finding purpose. And through that, you began to heal these imbalances in your soul. And so it's unexpected for you. It feels like you're going to gain some sort of public recognition and also a surgence of money. Financial. This feels very financial, okay? If not, it's like tangible results, okay? If it's not monetary gain, it feels like you're going to see tangible results. You're going to see where it's like, okay, people are actually asking for you more. Like, people want you to be a part of their journey too. It's like people actually want what you have to offer, and you're going to see that. But it does feel like, to me, what I'm feeling is it feels like you're going to have growth in money. I do want to get, I didn't do this for any other piles, so don't tell, I won't if you don't, okay? Like, I'm just being honest. I do want to get a clarifier or two for you and see if Source will just kind of tell us a little bit more, because it does feel like you've been in hermit mode for a long time, been in solitary confinement. No, you've been in solitude for a while, trying to do some things for yourself, trying to understand yourself, trying to understand how you feel about your growth, how you feel about what it is that you put out there. Like, we don't really have any emotions here, right? This is all wands and coins, so all action based and manifestation, right? And then you have the 9 of Swords here, which is all about how you're feeling in your mind. But it's easy to pay attention to those red flags and say, oh, they're right. Yeah, you're being shown. I see the sign. It opened up my eyes. I see the sign. Is it sun or signs? Sun or signs? I think it doesn't matter right now. Right? But it's like, that's the thing. It's like you're seeing clearly now. Oh, okay. It was my own fears and anxiety that was keeping me from being abundant. Like, I was afraid of being successful. It's almost what it comes down to. Sometimes we're just truly afraid of our own success, because it means that we were as powerful as we really thought we were. And that's what's so scary. And you might be like, why is that scary to us? It just is. It just is. Coming from a society that tells us to play small, we fear being big, right? Yeah, we have the King of Wands here. You're going to bring more confidence, more clarity, more understanding of yourself, healing your inner child here. So what's unexpected for you in November is deep, deep healing that's actually bringing physical gain. Okay, some sort of physical gain, whether that's money, recognition, just you're going to be able to touch, taste, feel, see, and hear it. Like, this is something that you're going to be able to see. Let's get one more here. Networking. Yeah, you're going to be seen. You're going to be seen. Like, that's the thing. Like, they're going to see you. People are going to see the value you have. And part of that comes from you becoming balanced with who you are and understanding with who you are. And fish are representative of prosperity too. You have the King of Cups here. It's like you're standing in a place of being very, very, very balanced with who you are. Look, we have the King and Queen of Cups here. I'm sorry, this is the Queen of Cups, my bad. This is the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups here. So you have a pair here. You're being balanced between your masculine and your feminine energies. Your yin and your yang are balanced out here. This could also mean that love is coming. That's not what I'm getting from this, though. Like, that's not, but that is a message for someone, that this is also referring to love. But this does tell me that you're balancing out your emotional well-being. You're both balanced in the masculine form and in the feminine form, and that's helping you to understand that all along your manifestations are being affected by how you felt about yourself. And sources like, it's all about you feeling happy about who you are and feeling worthy and deserving of what you want, and not letting other people dictate what it is that you do for, you know, your time, your energy, your effort. Like, it doesn't matter how they show up. What matters is how you show up and how you feel about yourself. And sometimes that's hard, right? Because so many people are telling us, oh, you can't, you can't, you can't. So they're telling us we can't, and we're trying to believe that we can. It's hard. That's difficult. But Source is showing you here that you're very, very protected here, right? And you're also coming into a place of being very active towards what you want. You took a lot of time to think out how you would approach this, and you did it wisely. You did it in a clever way, right? You did it in a clever way, because you're dealing with a lot of people who are very low vibrational people. And now you're attracting people who appreciate you. Like, that's what's happening here. So it does feel like you are going to get a vast following. Like, and vast doesn't mean like hundreds of thousands of people. I mean, it could. It could mean that you're going viral or something like that. Absolutely. But I do feel like when I say vast following, like, it's like you're going from 0 to whatever you think is a lot of people in this connection or in this situation. We were talking about the duality. Like, you couldn't appreciate the good without having it first seen the bad, and recognizing your own power through those tribulations, through those trials. Like, once you recognized your power in that, you were able to bring yourself out of that. And that's unique, right? So oftentimes most people don't want to recognize their power. They just want to play victim to the storm that's going on around them. Wow. Okay, look at these showing. We have spiritual connection and the union of hearts, which we're showing. So this could be a love relationship. We did have honesty is essential. Speak with love and truth. I'll put this on the bottom because I feel like it. And miracles and blessings underneath that. Okay. Yeah. So this feels very unique. It feels like you are calling in a higher love. Okay. All right. But also what this feels like. Okay. And there's not, and I talked about this in another pile because there's not very many actual relationship cards in this love deck. Okay. Like, a lot of them are just very much like honesty is essential. Like, they're just very, like, let's just look at these. Honesty is essential, miracles and blessings, speak the language of love, actions speak loudly, you are limitless. Like, they're all about love, but they're not necessarily about relationships. And these are the two higher vibrational relationship cards in this deck. You have 27 and 28. They're right next to each other. These two wanted to be seen. They flew out just like that, right? That other one's still behind this. So you have this energy coming through here where it's like, yes, you could be calling in a very high vibrational love. But I also feel like this is you in union with Source. We have a love connection that defies explanation, and a relationship. Our relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. Okay, it feels like this is you being so directly connected with Source that no one can shake you. Like, you're unshakable. And for those of you that it did say a relationship here, you know, we do have the relationship with the King and Queen of Cups, right? And it feels like this is something that's tangible coming in for you. But I do feel like this is also monetary gain here. And the whole reason is because you come into union with your divine masculine and your divine feminine within yourself. The balancing of the yin and yang. That's the energy that I'm getting here for you. It's like you balanced out that energy within. And that's a powerful place for you to be. Like, you're recognizing the truth of who you are. And knowing that, okay, I can be both receptive and action-oriented. And I can be kind and gentle while being also firm and tough. Like, I don't have to be one or the other. I can be both. Okay, you're getting 2 cards here. And on the bottom, we do have Taurus energy, trust, patience, and sensuality. So the Taurus full moon in the eclipse full moon could have brought a lot of change for you, and your energies, like recognizing that too. So that's the 28th. I'm actually recording this on the day of the Taurus full moon, the eclipse. But it could be that this day brings you some sort of energy upgrade. We have Ariel. New psychic and spiritual experiences are changing the way you view the world and yourself. Allow your spiritual gifts to open through study, prayer, and meditation. Yeah. So you're coming into knowledge of some of your more powerful gifts that maybe have been blocked off through hurt and grief and upset energy. We have Bethany, who flipped over. When you take excellent care of yourself, everybody benefits. Give yourself a relaxing treat today, such as a massage, sea salt bath, or a pedicure. So taking care of yourself is really important at this time too. I'm going to go ahead and get one of the Lovers Tarots. I forgot to do this for pile 2, but again, I won't tell if you don't. This is going to be what's going on with the shadow self. Like, what are you healing from the shadow self? What's clearly been something that's been blocking this from manifesting in your life? Again, it could be love, which you do have a ton of cards here representing love. But again, I get this feeling that this is more or less tied with your career. And if you've been following my channel for any amount of time, you know that I've also had daily dice, which have come across as your love life will manifest once your career takes off. Okay, you're getting 2 cards here also. Dark side. Your dark side keeps you from enjoying the love you have. Don't let it steal your joy. So you've been in the dark night of the soul for a while. Okay, so what do we have here? Rainbow blessings. We had miracle and blessings on the bottom over here. Okay, yeah. Miracle and blessings. Everything has its gift. Blessings. So yeah, so I don't feel like this is just one thing coming in for you. It does feel like this is multiple things, but it is all tangible. Like, this is no longer like spiritual upgrades. Not only are you getting a spiritual upgrade, you're seeing money, you're seeing love, you're seeing manifestation after manifestation coming for you in November. House 9, spiritual growth, the spiritual upgrade. Here we go. Here we go. Thank you for confirming that for me, sirs. Sextile. A combination of tension and flow, potential in a rewarding situation. You're being rewarded because you've gone through the growth, you've gone through the process, you've gone through the healing. Right? You opened yourself up. You stopped believing what other people told you had to be, or even maybe people didn't tell you, but maybe they made you feel that way. And so it's like letting go of those thoughts and feelings that weren't yours to carry, right? So what's the shadow side that you've been dealing with? Drowning. You're going under and barely keeping things afloat. Ask for help. And I feel like it finally took you getting to this point where you felt like you couldn't breathe anymore, that you actually had to ask your spirit guides, your angel source for help. And now it's coming in. Like, now you're seeing, oh my gosh, I never had to do this alone, but I feel like I was always doing it alone. And like, what the heck? Like, I was carrying so much on my shoulders. Like, what was going on? And then when you asked for help, you got the spiritual growth from that, from asking for help and the balancing of your energy. And now suddenly you're like, oh, thank you so much. I don't have to do this alone. And the other thing, escape. Love is an emotional escape for you. Be sure you are getting involved for the right reasons. This was also something else that you were healing, is this obsession to be in love. We do have love here, and it's like you were healing that. You were healing, I need to be loved. There's some people who feel like they always have to be in a relationship. I'm not saying that that's you, but I am saying that we do have a tendency to absorb those emotions from others, and sometimes we'll carry that as our own and not realizing that we're carrying somebody else's belief in love. And that's what I was saying. It's like you were letting go of these beliefs that weren't serving you. It's like feeling implemented. Like if you rushed into a love relationship and it didn't work out, it was like, oh, okay, like maybe there's something wrong with me, right? But it was actually an escape for you because you were drowning. You didn't want to deal with these emotions, and it was too hard for you to receive, to ask for help. And so now you're in this place of being able to live in the masculine energy, which is the action-oriented energy, as well as embracing the feminine, which is the receptive side here, which is why we have both the Queen and the King of Cups coming out on the bottom of the deck here. So let's go ahead and take a look at your Cosmic Soul card. I'm going to read this one from the book. Celestial Teacher with number 7. Ooh, so you're here to help teach others about the spiritual journey. Oh, this is powerful stuff. That's why you've been through so much upsetting things. You had to come into this place of healing yourself, and like being your own hero helped you to become a hero for others. It says you are a spiritual being with unlimited potential. There's so much for you to share. This card represents your ability to manifest a reality of your own choosing. And what have we been talking about this whole reading? You've come a long way. And this world of manifestation that you now find yourself in reflects the wisdom, insight, and clarity that you have embraced so far. Spirit is encouraging you to share this wisdom with the world. Unlimited power, light, and sacred knowledge flows through you, for your heart is open and your mind is clear. Trust in your abilities as a teacher, for you have a strong connection to the universal energies of love. Allowing divine spirit speak through you, and trust in the process that is unfolding. Trust yourself and trust in what you know. Let go of any doubts or inhibitions that keep you from taking the next step. By not embracing and sharing the wisdom you hold, you deny the world the opportunity to experience your unique healing light. Many gravitate towards radiant souls who stand empowered. You're a natural teacher, dear one, with natural counseling skills. By speaking your truth and sharing the lessons you've learned, you inspire others to find the courage within them to do the same. Your own unique celestial light with the guidance of spirit will bring much love, peace, and clarity to this planet. The increased awareness and light that you have gained is an invaluable resource that will inspire many. Release all doubts and hesitation. Be the divine soul you came here to be. Be the light, love, peace, and stillness that this world seeks. This is connected to your heart, throat, third eye, and your crown chakra, which are all the more spiritual chakras, the intangible chakras. And your affirmation is, I am confident as I embrace the teacher within me. I courageously share love, light, and peace with this world. How powerful is that? And 7 is all about luck if you change what it is that you're doing. And let me tell you, pile 3, you changed that. You noticed your own patterns and you healed those patterns within you. And now you're coming into a time of just being super, super blessed. And you're going to start seeing that in November. And it's gonna, when it comes in, it's going to come in fast. Like there's going to be a whole bunch of things that come in all at once. And you're going to be like, whoa, this is kind of overwhelming, but you're going to be so super excited. And that's all because you're being initiated to be the celestial teacher to the physical realm. Okay? So this is what I see for you. If you feel like this is your reading, leave a rainbow emoji down below and say, I embrace being a celestial teacher, to let Source know that you're ready to embrace this higher vibrational energy. You're here to teach a lesson to those of us that don't know how to embrace it ourselves. And that's so powerful and unique and wonderful. And I'm so honored I got to connect with your energy today. For those of you that watched all 3 piles, leave a purple heart down below and say, I stuck it out. Because I know there's quite a few of you and I love you so much for doing so. And thank you for spending this time with me. Leave me a thumbs up. But I'm going to go ahead and leave it there and get on out of here. I do want to take a quick second, pile 3, to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this absolutely stunning message. And until next time, pile 3, stay human. Bye.